Hey everybody, I'm Bob Baker, and we're going to try something new tonight. We're here with Tim Lerch. Say hi, Tim.
Hey everybody, how you doing?
Tim is an amazing guitarist. My suggestion is Google Tim Lerch, check him out. He's all over the place. He teaches, he plays, he performs. Well known, highly respected, and I'm using him tonight as our guinea pig for a new series that we haven't really titled it yet, but it's kind of like How I Do It is sort of the working title for this. And the idea that we have here is that Tim's going to pick a song, which he already did, and we'll tell you that in a minute. And then he's going to play a bit of his arrangement of it. And we're going to try to find out why he made the choices he made, considering the chords that he had to work with in terms of his voicings and the way he approaches the song. So the song that we're going to use tonight is Misty, great Errol Garner tune. And I think probably we will, in the editing, we'll show the chart. We're probably going to have to use a different chart, one that's not copywritten by anybody, but that's a whole other story. But I think the way to go about this, Tim, is why don't you talk a little bit about the song in general, and then we'll talk about, and then play a little bit of it, maybe the first first A section, and then we'll start to dissect it and see where we get. How's that sound?
Very good. Misty is, as you said, written by Errol Garner. It's in this particular key is E flat major. It does a couple of things. The opening phrase is in E flat major, and then it almost immediately does what I call a 2-5 of 4, and it goes to the 4 chord. So some people call it 1 becomes 1 dominant. Anyway, you go to the 4 chord, then the 4 chord becomes minor, and then it winds its way back to a very common turnaround in the key of E flat again. There are so many different ways to do it, and I played around with how I wanted to present it. This is a tune that I might play 20 different ways. So I'm going to try and figure out a way to describe a simpler one, and then maybe I'll show the most straightforward way to play through it, and then I'll play a slightly more nuanced and maybe you could say advanced version. Okay.
Sounds great to me.
Okay. So first bit is we're starting on the 5 chord, and what I'm going to do is the melody is this. And I'm going to play a B flat 7 chord, and then I'm going to play an E7 sharp 9 chord, and then I'm going to play an E flat major 7th chord. Okay, so you hear this sound. Now it goes to 2-5 of 4. That's a bit of a stretch. So you might say, and then to the 4 chord, A flat. I play A flat 6. Change the bass note to the 3rd of that chord. Now it goes to 4 minor, flat 7 dominant. That's the 1 chord. The 6 chord, 2, an inversion of 2, then 5, and then a turnaround with all dominants. G7, C7, F7, B flat 7. Okay. The basic changes are like this: B flat 7, and then 1. Then what I call 2-5 of 4, B flat minor 7, E flat 7, A flat major, and then A flat minor, D flat 7. Some people call that a backdoor 2-5. 1, 6, 2, 5, and then this 3 dominant, 6 dominant, 2 dominant, 5. Okay. A couple of interesting things you might try. There's a lot of possibilities even for these first 2 notes. And then the major 7th of E flat major 7 is the melody note. So we could say, playing around with just the B flat 7 and its flat 5 sub E7, we could play E7 first, then B flat 7, and then the E flat. Or we could flip that around and play B flat first, E7 sharp 9 next, and the 1 chord. I have a little thing that I like to do where I play. That's a little more modern-esque. I played a B major 7, move it down to an A flat major 7, and then E flat major 7. There's all kinds of beautiful color we can do on this. I think if most people opened up the real book and were intermediate guitar players, they might play something like this. That's kind of a funny reach because you got to play 2 notes with your little finger. A lot of people will shine that melody on and not play the actual melody there because it's hard. But, you know, that happens. Anyway, then there's the 4 chord, and then here's the little melody. A lot of times people just play that all by itself. Minor 9, D flat 13, and then 1, 6, 2, 5. Now what I'm doing there is this melody note is a C note, and it goes down quite low. I'm up here on an F minor 7 chord, so I decided to go to A flat 6, which is an inversion. It lays really nicely there. B flat 7 to E flat major.